Live from Las Vegas at the GCA show. After 2 years of hiatus, we're back in Vegas. World's largest cardboard trade show booth. Live here in Martinsville, Indiana. Live from Norwood Royal Cigars.
When you guys said, you know, we want you to come on the show once a month, I was like, dude, this is it.
Happy afternoon here from cloudy Florida.
Happy afternoon.
Happy afternoon.
Presented by Kristoff Cigars, along with Hiram Solomon Cigars, and coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another
evening.
Happy evening, yes.
Don't interrupt Ronnie. I like when I hear Ronnie do the intro.
You like it?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Because then we have something to make fun of.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd rather he do something than stumble or
Right
do
off
something,
the
then I can jump in. So let him go. Give the man a
Go,
chance.
Ronnie, go.
Maybe not. Not for anything, folks. If you're listening right now, and I just say, I'm gonna give Kyle some work to do when he gets home. Fuck the three of these guys. Don't worry about it. But welcome to our show tonight. Welcome. We got an exciting hot show. And I first want to mention, please share this right now with everybody you know. Get your watch party out. Let's get everybody on your Facebook page. Get them out there and let them know who our special guest is coming on. And we got a wonderful gentleman, honored to call him a friend of ours. And he's got a fantastic cigar line, which we're going to hear about in a little bit.
Beautiful cigar.
Kyle and I just spent some time with him down in Texas, and we had a blast, a real blast. So we're going to get to him shortly. But honestly, please share the button now with everyone.
Share the button?
Yeah.
What is it? Share the button.
Share the button.
You know the button, it says like, I don't know, stop or whatever. You just share that.
You want to play stop. You want to play share. Share.
It's like those old Office Depot commercials. It's the easy button. It's the share button.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. So put the share button.
Happy button, everybody.
Oh, welcome, everybody. We've got a lot of people just jumping on. Wow, we got a lot of people. Yes, indeed. Welcome, everyone. Basically, tonight we're going to have our special co-host that comes on monthly, Jerah Hutchins, and she's going to run a little late because she's doing something special
She's got
tonight.
a speaking engagement.
So she'll jump on as soon as she can. But we do have in the green room our very good friend, one of our sponsors, and of course,
That sounds like a magic. I should add him just because of the sound.
Oh,
It was like a magic sound.
nice intro.
What an
Wow.
intro, David.
but before we get to him, sponsors, and then we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Are you going to intro us first before?
No.
we
Everybody knows who's Visage.
No,
Not
I'm
everyone.
Ronnie Pecorini, this is Kyle Jesso,
And then,
retired Bob down there hanging out, the old man, and of course the chooch himself, cousin Frank.
And no, Dave is the king of all chooches now because he has actually
Yes.
a chooch cigar. I'm a little chooch compared to David.
I'm the chooch du jour.
That's right.
Yeah, I like that. But before we get to that, folks, Frank, take it away.
I will. I think I'll do that, Ron. Why not?
Why not?
Welcome to GTO Dominican Cigars, a boutique cigar company that artfully blends and creates some of the finest handmade puros from the Cibao Valley in the Dominican Republic. We are fourth-generation manufacturers and growers of tobacco with over 140 years of experience, offering a variety of styles, blends, and strengths. Mild, medium, medium plus, and full-bodied. We would truly consider it an honor for you to experience our cigars. Those who know smoke GTO. RnA Treasures, out of Tampa Bay, Florida. The last of a legacy. The last of an inventory of Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs. Loyalty, passion, courage. These are the founding principles of K by Karen Berger Cigars. The Maduro, the Habano, and the newly rated 93 by Cigar Journal Connecticut. Do yourself a favor and check out this wonderful line of cigars that come from a completely linear company from seed to your hands. It all begins at the very first climate-controlled Rodriguez Olivan cigar factory located in the Dominican Republic. Our two major brands include Don Olivan, which are boutique cigars suited for that individual who takes great pride in something unique. BAMF is our armed forces cigars, designed for that badass mother effer. Not only are you smoking a great premium cigar, a percentage of the proceeds is donated to our heroic men and women in uniform.
And we're back. Welcome aboard, everybody. Welcome. And
I gotta address it because I've been seeing the comments in the go scrolling. Yes, my voice is back. I do not have my sore throat or anything anymore. So, yes, I am back.
Voice is back. I didn't know it left.
I didn't know. When did it leave?
Well, last week I didn't do much. I kept to myself.
Yeah, no, you did. I thought you were hibernating.
Yeah, no,
You were tired. You're entitled.
it was a terrible sore throat that I had last week. So all better now. We're good to go.
Now that you speak, this cigar, by the way,
David.
fantastic.
Oh yes.
Well, before we get into it, how about introducing him, Bob? Go ahead. Introduce the man.
Bob is too busy coughing up a lung.
Everybody, let's welcome to the show the one, the only, David Blanco of Blanco Cigars.
Thank you, guys. Pleasure to be here.
David, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
It's my
How's it
pleasure.
going, man? I like the hairdo. Take a little bit off. You can join the four of us.
I got motivated after we went down to the groundbreaking ceremony there of the Medal of Honor Museum and saw my compatriots with their short hair and uniforms. I said, I got to get back to cleaning it up.
I ain't tight.
Get the buzz.
I like it.
I tell you, that was, and I posted today finally because I needed the right head to figure out all that I saw. And that ceremony, when those guys came marching through right in front of us, Dave, I had goosebumps. It was unbelievable. The honor to be next to those men and feel, I can't even imagine what you went through because as a military guy and knowing what's going on out there. Wow. That was
understanding the rarity. I mean, the absolute rarity to find these guys and that number in one place is unheard of.
Yeah.
It's unheard of.
Oh yeah.
So the fact that, as you know, you and I both went up there and shook as many hands of these recipients of Medal of Honor as possible. It was, I was pushing General Milley aside to get to the Medal of Honor winners.
He was the least guy I wanted you to talk to, man. I didn't care about Milley at all.
Yeah,
it was the older men. I mean, we're talking about World War II.
And Korea and Vietnam. And I mean, it was all of them there. We had the oldest recipient for World War II there. And he, Marine Corps veteran, he insisted on walking down the aisle and had to be helped by a fellow Marine, but in uniform, active soldier. But
That's
He
fantastic.
refused to be in a wheelchair. The other gentleman had to take the wheelchair, but
So as our audience may not understand, there are only 66 Medal of Honor recipients still alive today in our country. And out of those 66 for this groundbreaking ceremony, 15 of them had shown up. So it was unprecedented that this number, that you had this congregation in one area.
It doesn't happen, guys. I'm telling you, if you don't understand, maybe because you're not, it hadn't experienced military service in it, it doesn't happen.
Right.
What you guys witnessed and experienced was a once in a lifetime thing. And I don't mean the ceremony. I mean just those gentlemen in one room.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't happen. So, and it was an honor to speak to some of them. They're up in age. General Bradley was Brady, excuse me, General
He
Brady.
stole the show.
He was the
He
was the
stole
funniest.
the show at his
had
age.
the best speech ever. I mean, he took
He
it.
blew Bush right off the map on that one.
He probably, to speak candidly, with what he did and accomplished, he should have been dead 20 times.
Oh,
The fact that he survived. He not only has, he's not only a recipient of the Medal of Honor, but he's also a recipient of this Distinguished Service Cross, which is the second highest award.
Wow.
He's the only one in the history of the armed forces to get the top two.
Wow.
And if they could give the Medal of Honor more than one time, he would have.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, not that they. I don't even know if they can, quite frankly. But this man could have won it multiple times, but he won it for a culmination of what he did. I mean, it was for a specific event. They always have to have a citation for a specific event. But what he did that citation in particular. That he did it over and over and over and over. I think he was mentioning in one of his. For those of you that don't know, this gentleman was pretty much the founder of Dust Off, which is the military medevac in Vietnam and World War in the Hueys that you see.
Right.
He pretty much was the founder and was figuring it out as he went along as a pilot. And one of his missions, he came back and they counted 400 bullet holes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He went into one LZ that two other helicopters were blown up, and he went back. And he was the one that made it and got rid of the smoke so he could land 4 times.
Wow.
So this man defied death and all the odds, and the fact that I got to thank him personally and shake his hand. And I got to read about him and study him when I was in the military, as I was a flight medic for a portion of my career. So I got to study him. This guy was a legend, and I couldn't believe I was actually talking to him.
Yeah.
He must have had an angel on his shoulder for sure.
I think a couple.
Oh, yeah. He had a few angels.
Bob and
watching out
Frank,
for
this
him.
man, with the story though,
Mhm.
it was just, I mean, he made it in a laughing situation because I guess mentally you have to. But what he did and how he described the mission after mission after mission.
You guys remember? Was it something like 1,500 missions? 2,500 missions? Something like
Yeah,
that?
something like
More
that,
into
yeah.
2000s area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2,500 maybe.
It was amazing.
Ridiculous number.
Amazing the amount that he put in and gave his life for. I mean, in all ways, he shouldn't have been standing in front of us, but there he was.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could talk about this all night. Like the other gentleman we talked to. I was wearing my Masonic pin on my lapel, as you two brothers are also Masons. Were wearing stuff, and I had just visited the Grand Lodge. I had just visited with the most worshipful master of the Grand Lodge of Texas, so I had his pin on. We were in Texas, and I bumped into another one of these Medal of Honor recipients and shook his hand and thanked him. He was a Navy recipient of the Navy Medal of Honor, and all he could do was stare at my pin and want to talk about masonry.
Yeah.
Didn't want to talk about what he was there for, the Medal of Honor. He was like, "Hey, so what lodge you in? And what do you know?"
Yeah.
And humanized him again. And I was just like, hey, "That's right. These guys are just regular guys." And it was very nice to have that short interaction.
The one thing for sure that we noticed was they didn't want to talk about themselves, though.
No.
They were like, thank you, but it's the
no ego there.
Others were the heroes.
Yeah.
They did not consider themselves heroes or whatever. It was always their brothers out there and sisters who died. Those are the true heroes to them.
Yes.
What do you
Above
got?
and beyond.
So let's take it right from there, Dave. Let's talk about that cigar, which is absolutely amazing.
Amazing.
So this is the cigar we had after the ceremony. we went and had a smoking event in honor of all the recipients and those that were not with us. This is called the Heroes line. You just mentioned Heroes line of the Above and Beyond brand. This brand was created to honor those fallen in uniform, and not only military, but fire, EMS, and law enforcement, because heroes wear all types of uniforms. And in this case, I wanted to definitely honor them, and also we contribute a portion of the proceeds to 501c3s that help their surviving family members in their need.
That's beautiful.
So this cigar has a lot of symbolism behind it.
You yourself have worn every single one of these hats.
I have, and so has my father, for that fact. And this is what made it so special for us to make the cigar, is that I know people in fire service when I was a Chicago firefighter paramedic that lost their lives. I know people when I was a deputy sheriff in Cook County in Chicago that lost their life. And over my 30-plus year military career, I've had friends die.
Yeah.
And so I remember them and see their faces always. But their families are the ones that live on and that are truly the ones that have lost something insurmountable that we can't describe as friends even. I mean, we miss our friends and we honor their remembrance, but their fathers or their mothers or their sons, the family members, their spouses. It's part of what we do when we put on the uniform. We know that this is a possibility, that this is part of the obligation and the oath that we take to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Yes.
And that being said, and at the end of that it says, "So help me God." And so, from a religious perspective, I know that I will see all of my friends again. These people will see their family members again. And I not only that, but I wear my remembrance bracelet every day for my friend Nicholas, who died at the age of, I think he was 22 in Afghanistan, and his wife was pregnant. Never got to see his daughter. These are the stories that they're not isolated. These are, and it's not just to the United States. And that's the funny thing about this cigar, that when I brought it out, I only anticipated distributing it through the United States. It's obviously very patriotic and honors our American heroes. But we distribute this cigar overseas. Holland, Sweden, Belgium is bringing it in, Germany.
Wow.
My distributor in Estonia even wanted this thing. I don't know if we've actually gotten it over there to him yet, but he wants it there as well. So they understood the story that I'm explaining to you guys about the meaning behind the cigar. Right. And it's very symbolic. Everything I did with regard to the cigar, with regard to the names, the sizes, the design of the packaging, the design of the bands, the design of the cigar being capped with torpedo. All of them, I have 4 sizes, but they're all torpedo tipped, because we ended up being the first to ever do this, but it wasn't my reason for doing it. I didn't know I was the first, but we created a conical cap,
right,
to represent a folded flag.
Right. That's beautiful.
So we had all the cigars.
Yes.
So it was very unique. It was the only way I could figure out how to design something triangular that could fit on a cigar. It was a cap.
Right.
It had never been done before. So in trying to honor somebody and do something for the right reason, and figuring something out with meaning, I ended up doing something nobody had ever done. That's a bonus, I guess, but not the reason we did it. But 21 cigars in a box, like 21 gun salute.
21.
21. Yeah, 21. It's awesome.
Hey, Dave, before we continue a little bit further, right before the show, we talked about getting some products, especially this in people's hands. We have a tremendous amount of listeners. You're throwing a special tonight. Tell the audience how they can get your cigar line and everything else that's going on with you.
Well, if you can't find it at your local brick and mortar, there are other online retailers that do sell our cigars, a number of them. But if they don't carry the size and the blend that you would like from our portfolio, we also have an MSRP web store through blancocigars.com that you can purchase from as well. And for all of you listeners out there, we wanted to extend a thank you and our gratitude for the support that you guys show us, all the consumers out there, and offer a discount on our website for you guys that are watching the show. And we're offering a 10% discount on everything on the website, with the exception of the Cigar for Warriors bags, which are already discounted, and you guys purchase those for donation. So we've already subsidized those. and also our vintage 20+ year cigars that we have from the beginning of our heritage. In 1998, we have some boxes that are left that we've decided to put out on the market to share with everybody.
Wow.
And those are not discounted either. Other than that, T-shirts, hats, cigars, 5-packs, boxes, whatever we have on there, you get a 10% discount using the coupon you see right here, show22. And if you order over $75 tonight or in the next day, because we'll let this run for a day or two, you'll also get free shipping on anything over $75.
Wow.
What a deal. What a deal.
What amazing.
Hey,
offer.
David, people are asking, tell us a little bit where your cigars are made. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So I've been making cigars since 1998. And we had our first factory in Ybor City in Tampa. My father and my uncle were my partners. We had to close our factory down in 2000 and moved our facility to Esteli, Nicaragua. We basically called up our cousins down there because my uncle, who was running our factory in Ybor City, came down with some health issues as a result of exposure to Agent Orange in Vietnam. And so he could not continue to run the day-to-day operation of the factory. So my father called up his cousin, Nestor Plasencia, and we moved our production down there. And I've been working out of the Plasencia factory ever since. It's where I met my mentor. It's where I learned my craft. It's where I learned how to blend. And so pretty much now I own 6 brands down there that I distribute throughout the world. And then I manufacture brands. Probably, I think I'm up to 15 brands now around the world that I manufacture for other people. So wow. I guess I'm considered now a master blender in residency at the Plasencia factory. If you have your cigars made by Blanco or by me, because you want me to blend cigars for you to manufacture your brand, I will do it out of the Plasencia factory by default because that's my family. And so I work exclusively out of the factory.
Wow. Is AJ also connected with you? Is he a cousin, right?
He is, by marriage, also a cousin, distant. Again, I didn't grow up with AJ, nor did I grow up with the Plasencias because I guess I was the lucky one. My immediate family came here to the United States.
Right.
And as you know, I don't want to tell them that they're unlucky, but I was the lucky one in the sense that I was born here as an American citizen, and my family made it here, and I was born in Chicago. The Plasencias fled Cuba, did not come here because their purpose to flee was to continue to grow tobacco.
Right.
And so their family went to Central America, into Nicaragua, and then into Honduras with the civil war that occurred in Nicaragua. And AJ, as everybody knows him, his name is Abdel. Nobody that knows him calls him AJ. It's a marketing branding thing that had to occur as a result of his upcoming into the industry. But his name is Abdel Fernandez, and he was brought out of Cuba by the Plasencias, as well as his father worked with Nestor in the industry back in Cuba for decades. And so as they continued to grow their operation, they brought him out and gave him a position of management. And then he eventually, as we all know, went out on his own and created AJ Fernandez Cigars and is doing a tremendous job. I'm very proud of the family members that are in this industry. The Plasencias, of course, AJ, of course. There are others that continue to work in the family in their industry. My warehouse manager is my cousin from Cuba as well. So it's definitely a family business. I have my own employee in the factory as well. He's also a cousin. He's my production manager. So we have our own oversight and oversee every step of the manufacturing. However, it is done in the Plasencia factory because that's where I choose to work and to continue to grow the family legacy. And I'm honored to be able to do that.
Nice.
Our good friend and sponsor Luciano's in the house, and he's giving a big shout out. Yep, he's giving a big shout out to the Plasencias.
Yeah.
Yes, they are very good people, great friends, as he says. And Lucia, I saw you over at the Underground. It was a pleasure to see you. I know we didn't get to talk very much; wasn't much time, but it was good to see you. I'm glad you're doing well as his brands continue to gain steam as well. I think I saw one of his cigars and Cigar Aficionado as well. So congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
Luciano.
And is making a name for
Doing
himself.
well.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see boutique brands continue to grow in the industry because, once upon a time, just like the old days in France with wine, it was the old days in Cuba with cigars. This was a family industry. and the families still have a major role to play. But as we know, in the world today, the corporate monsters continue to take chunks and bites one at a time.
Right.
So I hope we can continue to hold our ground as families in this industry, and that was basically why I got into the business. I wanted to be able to continue my family's legacy. I'm the 5th generation now in this business.
Wow.
We started back in the 1800s. So if it wasn't for the cigar boom in the 90s, I would not have had the opportunity to be able to start my brand and see that there was a future and an opportunity to build the Blanco name again in the industry. So I'm very lucky. Timing is everything, and meeting the right people, and having you can't pick your family, and it just so happens that we were cousins, and my father was able to make a phone call and see if there was an opportunity. They had availability, and back in those days, there was plenty of availability. The industry was nowhere near the size it is now. Nowhere near. So,
well, we're going to I'm going to do everything I can to get your cigars back up here in Chicagoland, because you are homebred, man. You are Chicago itself.
Well,
the Blanco family should be there.
Just Alan from Strike the
Alan,
Box.
we're going to get him over Strike the Box next week.
He bought
He placed an order today. We are going to have cigars in the shop today. As of today, he placed an order, so we're shipping them out tomorrow.
That's
awesome. Wow.
It's all those other guys in Chicago I need some help with. Some of them
I got Vic Shaw on here.
We're working on it.
We have Vic Shaw is on. We're getting him on.
I wasn't going to call out any names. Come on.
I got him on here. Vic, he's going to go.
No,
talk to Vic when you're there.
Hey, this is how we do in Chicago. We're gonna make them an offer they can't refuse.
We're going to do it the Chicago way.
Honestly, your line is fantastic, and I think everybody in Chicago should have you in there, because you do represent old Chicago for everything you did as a policeman, EMT, and just your military. Dave, you're born and raised here, basically. This is your hometown. People should know you. We'll do whatever we can to get you out here, big man.
Once upon a time, I was known there when I had my headquarters there. But unfortunately, I don't have a rep in that area. Actually, we just brought a rep in for the Midwest, but he's in St. Louis.
All right, I'll take care of that for you. Don't worry about it.
He's in the territory.
Ronnie's working on that for you.
Already working on it. Trust me. So tell us a little bit more about the Prince Hall cigar.
Yeah, so the brand new.
Yeah,
brand new. You're releasing.
The which one? I couldn't hear you.
Prince Hall.
Oh.
As a Mason, we want to honor that.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that.
Ooh,
oh,
beautiful.
I love that box.
Yes.
Very
nice looking box. Wow.
How many cigars in there?
Got 25 count?
50.
50. Hey, that's right up Bob's alley.
Oh,
wow.
So this box is the Habano Rosado, but I stuck one Maduro in there because I want to let you know we have them in both.
Okay.
Both
wow.
So
beautiful.
This is one of the 4 sizes, and this cigar is to honor another man of great character, and one of what I consider our founding fathers in the United States. His name was Prince Hall. Prince Hall was a gentleman that was in the United States before the Revolution, so Revolutionary days, or late 1700s into the 1800s. He lived in the United States. Before that, the colonies. And he lived in Boston. He was a business owner, and he was before his time. And I say that because all of the things I just mentioned, he also happened to be a black man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So that was unheard of. There were very few people, free black men in Boston with his own business. He was also thought to be one of the first, I can't call him African American at that time because it was not the United States, and that's referred to as Americans. Mm-hmm. But he was one of the first black men to join the Continental Army, which was the army that fought in the Revolutionary War against the British for our independence.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So all of those, he was a leading abolitionist, fighting for equal rights and education of blacks in the colonies at that time. So this guy was way ahead of his time. But most of that, he's not even known for, unless you know the man with regard to his history. The reason people research and know any of his history at all is because what his main actions were for his immortality, will you say, in our history, and that is he was the founding father of Black Masonry in the United States, and that's why most people are familiar with his name.
Yeah.
So for you guys that don't understand Masonry too much, you might remember that you might hear stories all the time of our forefathers being Masons, Washington, Jefferson, all of these guys, right? All of our founding fathers, most of them anyway, right? Well, this gentleman was not allowed to join the Mason organization because he was Black. At that time, slavery existed, and there was no way they were allowing him to join. So he found a way to be able to join through an Irish encampment of soldiers that were there. They were also Masons, because you got to remember, Masonry came from England, the Grand Lodge of England, and most of the Masons, obviously the Masonry here in the United States, took its roots from there when they came over. So all of these charters and the organization's founding came from England. So when the soldiers were here, he addressed the soldiers. They were Irish soldiers, and asked if he could join their lodge. And they said, okay. They didn't really care. So he was able to join, and then he asked them if he could then branch off and have his own lodge for his fellow Black brethren that wanted to join as well. And they said, no, you can't do that. You have to be recognized only by the Grand Lodge of England. That's the only way that can happen. You have to have a charter for that.
Yeah.
So he petitioned, and then the war happens, and then the freedom happens, and the United States is established. And then years later, actually, I have it on the band. You can see it here on the lid. In 1787, the charter was granted, and it got back to him. Remember, it's got to go ship over there, and horses, and the war happens. By the time it gets back, it's years.
Yes.
So in 1787, he was granted his own charter. And at that point, he was able to found his own lodge. Now, they had been meeting anyway, but they were not sanctioned.
Right.
Yeah. So the 1787 is actually the year that they became official. And the African Lodge number 1. It was renamed to African Lodge number 1, with him as the worshipful master, which is we consider the head of the lodge.
Yes.
And therefore it became synonymous with his name. So to this day, that lineage continues for Masonry and the African American community. And the lineage that George Washington and everybody else was a part of also exists. So they're parallel organizations with the same exact ideals, thoughts, and obligations that they take to become part of the fraternity. But because they're parallel, one is called Free and Accepted Masons or Ancient Masons, Free and Ancient. And the other one is called Prince Hall Mason. And so for this reason, we wanted to honor him, not only for the Masonry issue, although that is a great part of it. And the reason he was drawn to Masonry, by the way, is because of the tenets that he lived by: integrity, honor, freedom, due process, fairness. And this is what Masonry offers.
Yes.
And so this is why he was drawn to Masonry and became synonymous with his lodge. So he was an honorable man, and he accomplished many other things outside of Masonry, but because he was the founder, that's what he's remembered for.
It's interesting that we got on this topic right now, because last night, I forgot, it might have been a History Channel, I watched a whole documentary about him.
Wow. Really?
Yes.
I'm glad it was on, because there's so many people that you wouldn't, they have no idea. Now, by the way, I'm selling this one in Europe as well. They don't care. They have no idea who Prince Hall is. They don't care about the issue, the story behind it. They like the cigar. They love the packaging. The cigar smokes well. It's a very good, flavorful stick in either of the wrappers. So people smoke it for the product, but they don't understand necessarily the story behind it.
So the story was very interesting. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about what's in the cigar? Like, I know without going into secrecy and stuff.
Don't tell us about the secret sauce. Just tell us a little bit about what's going on.
So the Prince Hall comes in Habano Rosado and Habano Maduro, the two wrappers. They're both aged for a minimum of 4 years. Some of them are 5, depending. It's a Honduran Nicaraguan filler binder combination, something that I put together over a period of years. The Maduro has a Sumatran wrapper. And the Rosado actually is not Honduran in that one, The Rosado is actually 100% Nicaraguan puro. Excuse me.
Oh, nice.
I'm confusing it with the Above and Beyond that I was just talking about.
That's all right. You got a lot on your plate. No problem.
Well, I've got a lot of blends in my head too. So the Habano Rosado is 100% Nicaraguan puro, and the Maduro does have all Nicaraguan except for the binder, which is Sumatra. The Above and Beyond is a Honduran Nicaraguan filler binder combination.
Gotcha.
Nice.
And that's available now, right? That's out.
Both of them are available. The Above and Beyond actually got a 91 in Cigar and Spirits magazine, I believe.
Wow.
Prince Hall Prince Hall has not been rated yet. I have not put that out there to some of these places, although we have had people interested in rating it. I will get it out there to them and reviewing it. But the reality for me is I can tell how good a cigar is or isn't by how well it sells.
Yeah.
Right.
Because the true people reviewing it are the ones smoking it. And if they're buying it, and they're buying it again and again and again,
Right.
it's got legs. And we have we blew out of our first production of the Prince Hall. I thought it would last 4 to 5 months. It lasted me a month and a half.
Wow.
Great.
That's a great problem and a bad problem in the same. Now people like, I need another box. I'm like, I'm out. I'm making more. So I had a little bit of a catch up. I didn't know how quickly it would catch on, but very, very successful cigar so far. We continue to reach out to all of our retailers to bring the Prince Hall in. And if you guys, any retailers watching out there would like to bring either the Above and Beyond Prince Hall or any of the cigars that we're mentioning in, please contact us at customer service at blancocigars.com, because I'm sure you have a lot of retailers watching as well.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of Masons throughout the world too who want to get that cigar just because
Absolutely.
it's related to them to some way.
Well, there's other Mason cigars out there too, but
Hiram Solomon, Eddie is, he's out there too. He pushed it out, and he's been around a while. So,
but somebody's behind.
I remember because I know Eddie very well. We worked together on that product and on that process in building his brand.
Oh,
I'm actually their master blender for all of their core lines from Nicaragua. All of their cigars are made at the Plasencia factory because I make them there.
No wonder they're so good.
You went there. I wasn't
going.
Everybody knows.
Listen, guys, transparency is the key to doing good business.
Yeah.
Now, not to talk too much about Hiram and Solomon, but they have gone now because they wanted to diversify their product line, and they do make cigars now in the Dominican Republic, which I have nothing to do with because that's not where our headquarters and our manufacturing is processed, but their Nicaraguan stuff is through us, and I'm proud to have my fingerprint on that as a Mason. It's an honor to make those cigars. As a Shriner, it's an honor to make those cigars. I enjoy blending cigars, and I'm glad I gave them the best blends that I could give them that they were happy with. So
they're very good cigars. They're all everything.
Awesome. I need to talk about this cigar that I'm smoking too, because I just gotta.
That's the Liga? Is that the Liga Exclusiva?
That is the Liga Reserva di Familia, and this is a spectacular smoke.
Delicious.
All four of us are smoking right now.
Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
Look at this.
I'll just grab it.
There we go. I just grabbed another one. Wow.
Great cigar, guys. This cigar is near and dear to my heart as well. All my cigars have stories because for me they're personal. They're almost like children, right? So I don't just go out and say, I'm going to make a cigar today. I have to be struck. The mood has to strike me with regard to emotion, or some type of meaning behind something. In this regard, this cigar started. There is actually two versions of this cigar. One is the Maduro, which you're smoking. That is a Pennsylvania broadleaf Maduro wrapper. Grown in Lancaster by the Amish. All Nicaraguan binder. This was a cigar that I was personally smoking myself, just as my personal cigar for years. And my father was the president of the company at the time, and I blended a cigar for him, and that had a Connecticut shade on it. The Connecticut shade is grown in the Tolunga Valley in Honduras by the Plasencias, of course. And all of the filler and binder in there are Nicaraguan as well. Completely different from my cigar.
Right.
But still all Nicaraguan tobaccos.
Yeah.
That being said, I asked my father when we were looking to expand the line in 2006, I believe, if I could bring his Connecticut to market. I thought it was a great Connecticut, and I wanted to share it with the public. And so he said, "You sure? People aren't gonna, he didn't know people are gonna like this. It's my taste. I don't know if everybody's gonna like it." I said, "Trust me, people are gonna enjoy it." So I went ahead and I said, "If I'm gonna bring his, I'll bring mine together as a pair, and we will call it the Liga Exclusiva de Familia, which simply means in English, exclusive blend of the family.
Yeah,
right? One being his and one being mine." So
Perfect.
that being said, that is the genesis of this cigar, and we have it available in, I believe, 6 different sizes now. I love it in the Salomon, but we have it in all your most popular sizes: Robusto, Toro, Double Corona, 6 1/4 by 60, which we call Grand Toro. What else do we have? I think that's
Gordo?
it.
Any Gordos?
That's the Gordo. We call it the Grand Toro. It's a 6 1/4 by 60.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Yep. But we got.
Let's talk about the special tonight, folks. Let's get this on again. Get your order in. Say it again. How can people get your cigars right now with a 10% discount and a coupon? Show 22.
That's it, and it's blancocigars.com. Go check it out, and pick your favorite cigar. We haven't even talked about the other lines that I have. Blanco 9, my number 1 seller.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
I don't even have that box in front of me.
We'll let you, during the sponsor break, we'll let you go and get a box. This way we know we can show it, because I have a feeling that a Chooch might be involved in something.
One might show up.
One might show up. Just thinking, out loud.
Sure, I got it.
I had one here ready to show, but my wife took it from me. My last number 9. Wow. What am I going to do with this girl? I really going to have to put my lock on my humidor.
Well, you're in luck, because I think there's a coupon code where you can get.
www.blancocigars.com. Thanks, Billy. He keeps putting it up there. But hold on, Frank, let's take care of some business. Show them what we got.
You got it.
This industry is steeped in family and tradition. There's generational stuff, and I see it over and over, and yet I didn't come from that. Being the outsider looking in, I got to ask all the silly questions, and people were very accepting to want to give me all the right answers. I'm very thankful for those people who kind of allowed me to come in. Now with Alec and Bradley in the business, to have our company become generational, that's pretty cool.
Cigar in the Bottle is 2 palate-pleasing gifts in 1. A specially blended Grand Pommier XS VSOP cognac is elegantly contained in patented numbered bottles. Winner of back-to-back medals at the LA Spirits Awards, Cigar in the Bottle inventor Forbidden Johnny teams up with Vartan and Hendrik Kellner for this custom-blended Vartan Reserva cigar, well-preserved in a hand-blown glass chamber featuring Boveda 2-way humidification.
This is Phil Morgan, General Manager of Missouri Meerschaum Corncob Pipes in Washington, Missouri. Our mission since 1869 has been to produce great smoking pipes that anyone can afford. We guarantee our pipes won't be your most expensive, but they just might be the ones you smoke the most. At Missouri Meerschaum Company, we don't just sell our corncob pipes. We grow them, make them, and smoke them. Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri, since 1869.
At Norwood Royal Cigars, we have the biggest walk-in humidor in the Midwest. Our 1,500 square foot humidor is home to almost 4,000 different cigars that will meet the need of any cigar enthusiast. We have boutique blends to the more traditional selections and everything in between. From the novice beginner to the aficionado, the knowledgeable staff at NRC will find the perfect cigar for you. Located on the northwest side of Chicago, we want to be your shop for all your cigar wants and needs. As always, at Norwood Royal Cigars, light it, smoke it, love it.
Years in the making, the Chief Cigar was born, blended, boxed, and released to market on June 26, 2015. This cigar was developed by former fire chief, firefighter, cigar aficionado Ken Dorbecker, and has grown into a signature Firehouse cigar line. All engines respond. Including, of course, the Chief, a Nicaraguan Habano blend, Proby, a Connecticut Shade blend, All Hands, a Maduro Mexican San Andreas box press, and the brand new Fire Pole, a beautifully crafted San Andreas Habano barber pole. Join the Chief family and make us part of your humidor.
And
we are again.
Here we go. Folks, get your Blanco cigars tonight, man. Definitely great price. Get your Show 22 coupon. Here you go. What do we got?
There
What are
it
we
is.
showing?
There it is. That's the.
There you go. The Chooch
Nice.
itself. The
The
number.
number.
itself. Oh.
What a fantastic cigar
Yes.
it is. Absolutely. And we will talk a little bit further on the Chooch segment coming up. But let's talk about the other lines that we haven't gotten to yet, Dave. What else can we tell about us?
So we can talk about the Primos Estate Selection, which was rated one of the best value cigars of the year in Cigar Aficionado when we brought it out.
Ooh. Wow. Look at those. Beautiful.
Huh.
I love the box.
Yeah.
I love the shape of the box.
Right. So I went old school with this one. Gave it the old school Cuban style cabinet style box.
Yep.
Right.
Beautiful.
Match in the front.
How many are in that box?
We got 20 in this one. It's your standard cabinet style box. So this one has a lot of meaning as well for us. It's all about family, right? So I want to honor the family and recognize the family and the heritage that I'm trying to continue till the 6th generation, which will be after me, right?
Yeah.
So this one is all about symbolism with the family. You see in the center has 5 hands.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one generation passing it down to the next without being unbroken, basically.
Nice.
Right.
Without a lack there of time. The swords represent a Roman numeral 5 also for 5th generation.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they
Right
represent
here.
the Blanco family because of our history of military.
Wow.
The parchment paper, as you see, is like a scroll of knowledge
Okay.
because the Placencia side of the family has degrees in agronomy. I mean, these guys are farmers. These guys have a lot of experience. And I remember once upon a time where I'd go in and they say, "Who makes your cigars?" I said, "Well, they're made at our family's factory, the Placencias." And they go, "Who's that?"
Oh, my God.
Come on.
Come on.
Okay.
6-7 years ago, I would say most people didn't know who the Placencias were.
Now, do you Will Smith slap them when that happens?
I actually tried not to be offensive with my look because I can tell I'm very charismatic when it comes to my emotions on my face. And I'm like, oh yeah, they're made at the Placencia factory. You know, I blend them down there, and they're cousins, and they'll go, who?
Wow.
Well, the reality was Placencia didn't have a big name brand of their own.
Right. No marketing.
Recently,
Yeah.
right.
Right.
So before that, I would have to say, yeah, you know those guys that make all these other brands names, and I mentioned just ramble off a number of brands that were sitting on the shelves in their humidors.
Yeah.
And they're like, I didn't know, you know. So the word primos in Spanish means cousins.
Yeah.
So the entire name of this brand is cousins in Spanish. It's to honor the family's work together and unification in the industry, and to honor those generations that came before us and all of the toil and work and effort. For me to be able to sit here and talk to you about the legacy that the family had.
Hey, Dave, you gotta ring the bell because Bruce Stark just put his order in. Ring the bell.
Thank you, Bruce.
Always left and right. He takes care of all our guests all the time. Once again, Bruce, thank you.
Thank you,
Bruce.
Stay smoky with Blanco. We hope you enjoy them, and we'd love to hear from you with your feedback.
I think he's smoking right now. He's smoking a
Valor. He's smoking I
Above
believe.
and Beyond.
Above and Beyond. Yeah, he's smoking that right now. So
Good deal.
He's
Glad
on
you enjoyed it.
Michigan, so we got to get that Michigan area covered for him.
Our newest line.
Ooh.
And it'll be our last one to talk about, I think. Well, I got a surprise to talk about another one too.
another surprise. I know.
The BG Reserve, which is part of the Cigar Obsession line.
Wow.
Oh,
So
I
this-
love the box. Lacquered. Really
Nice front.
slick.
Listen,
Blanco's
guys,
got some of the best boxes in the industry. He really does.
You're killing me over here because I'm a purist. I'm about the tobacco, right? But I understand that people smoke with their eyes first.
Yes.
And for that reason, I have to make them beautiful in packaging for them to at least draw the attention of people on the shelf.
Sure.
And we were able to get them in their hands.
Wow.
So I don't know if we can see here. Let
No.
me see if we do this.
There you go.
There you go.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
This is a Mexican San Andreas box press. This size is we call a short Lonsdale. This is a 5.5 by 46, but we have them in 3 other sizes. They're box pressed, pigtailed, closed.
Oh, love it.
Nice.
So it's a beautiful stick. Incredible flavor profile on this. Again, I took it out of cellophane there for
nice. You can really see it. Yep.
Very nice.
Okay.
Beautiful. I love the pigtail closed foot. I think that is so traditional, beautiful. Wow.
Having said that, this is the 4th installment of the Cigar Obsession line. The first third, which we call the first one, is called the first third, is an Ecuadorian Sumatran blend. The second third is a Cameroon from Africa. The final third is a Habano from Nicaragua. And now the BG with the Mexican San Andreas. There will be, God willing, I'm knock on wood.
Is this an exclusive? Is this exclusive? Hold on. All right.
I may have mentioned it before, but probably not on camera.
Right. This is going to be on. This is exclusive. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's exclusive by David Blanco is
the 5th installment of the Cigar Obsession line will be called the DB Selection, after my initials, as the BG was for Brian Glenn of Cigar Obsession, the review site.
Right.
He's the one in marketing and collaborating with this cigar. He approves the blends I blend because it bears the name of Cigar Obsession as the most seen and viewed cigar reviewing site in the world.
Right.
And that being said, he openly says this, so I'm not letting this out of the bag, but it's important because he wants people to know that he has no financial involvement in this cigar line. He is a professional consumer, as he says.
Right.
And reviews cigars, and didn't want anybody to think that his reputation would be swayed one way or another by entering the industry. So therefore, he said, I don't want to have anything to do with the business. I'll just smoke it, and if I like it, I'll give you a thumbs up. If I don't think I like it, because he wants to use it as a marketing tool to drive more traffic to him, to Cigar Obsession.
Right.
So that being said, that's what he gets out of this, and he enjoys it as a hobby, a fun thing to do, to have his name on a cigar, and that he was involved in the blending approval process, but no financial interest in it whatsoever. And he likes to make that clear. So I add that for that benefit, so people don't think that he's now in the business.
Yeah, we had a chance to meet him at your HERF. He was a really great guy.
Yeah.
Very knowledgeable, and I do love the way he does his reviews.
And this just in, I'm getting word from the newsroom. Our estranged co-host will be joining us in a couple of minutes here. So she's running a little bit late, but she is on her way.
Just in time for the truth.
I think he might have stopped for a drink at the bar before she.
She'll need one after we handle her. But listen, Dave, we also have. Yeah, we're going to handle her in a big way right now.
Oh, boy.
No.
She's not on yet, so don't worry about it. So, Dave, we got one of our listeners, Barry Bones Argento. He's in Mississippi. Do you have anyone down in that area or any shops that he can pick it up from?
I hesitate in saying yes, only because I have a rep in that area. I just don't know if I think Biloxi, we may have a store or two. I don't think we have the shop that we used to sell to in Jackson, Mississippi at the moment. But there may be some other shops over there that have us. The best thing I could do is recommend that he calls ahead and asks if they have Blanco cigars. And if they don't, they might bring them in because he's asking to buy them. Again, we don't try to compete with our retailers. Like I said, we have an MSRP store.
Yes.
And for flash things such as your shows like this, as a marketing tool, we'll give a small discount to incentivize people to give our cigars a try. But again, we are a boutique brand, and by the way, boutique brand and premium cigars or boutique cigars are the same thing.
They are. They're the same. One and the same.
Yeah. So I consider myself a boutique brand, and because it's the number of cigars that people make. I'm doing over 1 million cigars a year.
Wow.
But that's with all the brands that I manufacture.
Right.
So if we were just to say Blanco Cigars, technically it falls into this loose definition that most people hold as under 1 million cigars or whatever it is. But I'm able to make a living at it. I enjoy doing it. I'm very lucky I get to do it. And I only get to continue to do it with the support of guys like you and consumers out there that enjoy our cigars So my heartfelt thanks to allowing me and my family to continue the legacy that we've been carrying on here for now.
I'll tell you this. If you're not following Blanco Cigars on Facebook and Instagram, you should be, because if you are in the Seminole area, he puts on a heck of a show and
two shows
events that go on at his little.
I know David is up to something. While everybody was watching commercials, as David was walking in with the chooch, he was carrying something else. I'm not going to say exactly what.
We're diversifying. Blanco Cigars continues to diversify and grow our portfolio in different directions. So what I do have here is bottle number 1.
Wow!
Oh, look at that!
Hey, it's the stuff we couldn't get. We could get that. Hey,
Blanco Cigars right there.
Yeah.
This is our inaugural small batch bourbon that we released about, 3 weeks ago now, maybe, in Texas. It's all gone. It was gone in 2 weeks.
And it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
I have 2 bottles.
Even us chooches didn't get one. So
It was sold out. The night before I was with you guys for the ceremony, we had the 3-year anniversary party at Kunoma Cigar Lounge in Cedar Hill.
Yes, Cedar Hill,
and Texas, and they bought the last 30 bottles to do an event there.
Yeah,
nice.
So
we're busy hobnobbing, having dinner with the Medal of Honor recipients.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
Guys, if I could have cloned myself to be at that dinner, I would have. But my customers will always come first.
Oh yes,
and my retail partners have to come first. And I gave up a hell of an opportunity, which you guys got to experience that night with the plane unveiling. That I wish I could have been at, but I just, there's only one of me. But,
Well, David, you can put the bottle down there, and we'll be happy to review it for you.
We actually know that we're definitely doing a podcast that will have our good buddy and co-host Joe Galino, writer over at the Whiskey Network, and we will pair it with a Blanco cigar, and we'll bring in Mark Kaufman from Winnipeg out there in cold Canada. And he has a great YouTube following, and he does all kinds of whiskey reviews. So we're gonna
That's
get
a lot
a bottle.
of people. I think we need 5 bottles.
We might.
I believe in our discussion, in our girl talk that we had, down in Texas, that David might be pushing more into the whiskey business and producing more bottles.
We are.
The cigar business is going to be very successful.
Well, we hope so, and that it's a partner product, right? For us, it's an opportunity to diversify in the same realm of cigar smoking fans, right? Not everybody smokes bourbon, but I like it. I also drink a lot of rum, as well as drink bourbon. But that being said, our proof of concept worked. So what we're planning on doing is another, I don't know if I'll call it small batch. It might be small batch initially. We'll do an initial run of another bourbon. But I think we might then get into that genre a little bit. I know a lot of people are doing it. Suddenly they're getting into the spirits and stuff like that. But I've got some very good friends in the industry. Are you guys familiar with Horse Soldier Bourbon?
Yes.
So I had the pleasure of serving with one of them. You guys may be familiar that are watching. There was a movie made about them during the initial response to 9/11. The movie was called 12 Strong.
Right.
The horse soldiers, the guys that went in on horseback.
Yeah.
So those guys are now retired, and they opened up American Freedom Distillery. And I've got those guys in my corner with regard to a wealth of knowledge and information and experience. So I'm probably going to tap them to pick their brain as to how we can continue to advance in this genre, and maybe we can work something out.
Which was also kind of surprising that those guys didn't have a presence at the Medal of Honor dinner or the Medal of Honor groundbreaking ceremony. I was kind of surprised at that.
There was a reason. Every year they take a trip, but I don't want to put out too much personal information. But every year as a group, they take a trip. I was honored to be on one of those trips in 2019 when we all jumped at the 75th anniversary of Operation Overlord, better known as the D-Day invasion.
Wow.
I was able to, we all went over there and jumped into San Mariglis and Caracal, where the 104th Airborne and
That's
the
awesome.
jumped. So we all jumped in with sacks of bourbon and cigars.
I'll say, that jump.
David, back to the whiskey. Can you tell us a little bit about it, though?
Sure. Well, let me finish why they weren't there. They weren't there because they had another one of these trips that they take annually as a group, and it happened to coincide at the same time that the groundbreaking was going on. And they do one big thing a year, and it just didn't fit their
Matter of time.
Yeah.
I'm sure they would have been there if it wasn't for that.
Yeah.
So.
But can you tell us something about the whiskey? What's
this one? This one was triple barrel, single batch, and finished in sherry casks.
Ooh,
Nice.
I like that.
So as you can see, it
Okay.
says.
So good.
Boom.
I like that label too. Nice and simple.
Yeah.
So what are some of the notes on that?
It's got a little sweetness to it because of the sherry cask. Oak
Right.
for sure. A little bit of a char, but not too much. Very smooth. This is one of those things that you can either drink straight. I prefer it with a couple drops of water, only because I like to open up the bouquet and the flavor.
Right.
Yeah.
But the proof on this, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it's like 105 proof.
Woo!
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's
I like
nothing too strong, but I'd like to open it up just a touch with a few drops of water. It's beautifully smooth. Has a wonderful bouquet, almost floral, I would say. And this is why it pairs so well with our cigars.
I look forward to opening that bottle in Indy.
No, actually, June 10th when we're.
That is bottle number one. I think that David's going to keep that on a shelf.
I think so.
It's never. And by the way, just so you know, I truly enjoy spirits, not overindulging, because everything within reason.
Yes.
But I will pan I'm going to pick up my whole camera, my whole computer here, and show you how much I enjoy what I'm talking about. So let me see here.
Yep.
And while he's doing that, folks, don't forget June 10th. David,
look at all of these spirits.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. I
Frank,
like that.
I was going to say, Frank, enlarge that photo a little bit.
Did we lose it?
No,
Yeah, do it one more time. Frank's going to put you on the big
Here we
screen.
go big time here.
Okay, hold on. I lost you guys. All right, there we go.
There we go. There it is.
Right.
Yeah,
Starting to look like my house.
So that's about 100 plus bottles right there.
that
Nice.
looks like a nice Saturday night.
Yeah. A lot going on.
Beautiful.
Hold on, I'm hooking the computer back up. There we go. I had to discombobulate this thing for a minute.
Well, good.
But, so I enjoy the pairing of cigars immensely because I think it's a lot overlooked. Most retailers, in particular tobacconists, I try to discuss and have them remember that aspect because most people will walk into a humidor and they'll say things like, you like mild, medium, or strong?
Mhm.
What's your budget?
Yeah.
And what color wrapper do you like?
Yeah.
Light, dark, whatever, that kind of thing. And so they put them in those categories. But the one thing that most of them forget, not all of them, is what are you going to have to drink with this cigar?
Right.
Yeah.
And that would make a huge difference because you can fill out and check all those other boxes in those questions that they ask. But if it doesn't, if it's a real peppery, full body Maduro because that's what they wanted, and then they're going to have a light beer with it, you're going to ruin it.
No, might as well just drink water.
No, that's
But they didn't ask.
Yeah.
So that's why I always advise and suggest, and I can do is suggest. I never tell anybody how to run their business. They suggest that always ask, in addition to all those questions, you might want to ask what they're going to drink with it because, if you're drinking, pairing is about meeting it, not strong beverage and mild cigar or strong cigar and mild beverage.
Right.
You don't want to over, power one or the other. It's about meeting in the middle. So that's always an important question in my mind to ask. And as you can see, this is why I asked, because after I walk people in and say, hey, would you like to have a cigar with me? And they say, sure. I said, well, what are you going to have to drink with it? It's kind of like when you're at dinner.
Yeah.
Right.
What are you ordering to eat?
Yeah.
And then what kind of wine are you having?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. It's the same exact premise.
That's right.
Reds go with meat, whites go with fish,
Right.
or chicken, or there's some rules there, right?
And whiskey goes with cigars.
Whiskey, bourbon, scotch. I mean, a number of things go with. Actually, the number one beverage is that's been out there is coffee, because not everybody drinks alcohol.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think Jerah's trying to join us.
She's trying to join. Yeah, I think she's going to take her glasses off. She didn't want us to see her with her glasses on.
No, she's keeping them.
Scotty, beam me up, Scotty.
We don't have our glasses on. What was that?
I don't know what you know.
At least one of us has to be vain, because look at us. We're pretty scary to look at. So thank God our fans. Thank God our fans are blind to what they see. And
we have one question though from our co-host Joe, and he wants to know, what is one of your favorite whiskeys to drink while having a smoke, Dave?
Oof. I'd have to say Horse Soldier. I love Horse Soldier for sure. But I have a number of them over here. I mean, Gentleman Jack, Knob Creek. I like Bullet Rye. Eagle Rare is phenomenal.
That's
I drink a lot. I drink Blanton's.
If you can find it.
Wait a minute.
You gotta know people.
We know you.
You gotta know people.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, let's get the people to know Jerah is on.
Hey,
Jerah!
Hey.
Welcome. We're just about ready to go off the air.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good night now.
I think Jerah's on a slow.
She must be at like a cafe. I think she's somewhere.
She's
that's
freezing up. She's freezing up.
She's not at her home.
No, we can.
This is
The
Jerah,
kitchen's not in the background.
This is Jerah in slow motion.
Very slow. She's
freeze frame. There you go.
She's a snapshot.
Even as a snapshot, it looks good.
Oh, absolutely. No one's denying that.
She's not bad for a 40-year-old broad.
I know.
For those of you that don't know, I say that because she puts it all out there. It's her birthday.
Yeah.
She just celebrated her 40th birthday.
Yes,
and I got to say, she looks great for 40. I wouldn't put a number on her anyway, but as a joke, I say that. But I wanted to wish her happy birthday. I don't know if she's going to be able to make it to get back on here with
I don't know.
the speed, but if I don't get to say it to her, I wanted to say happy birthday and be the first out of you chooches to say happy birthday.
See that?
Oh, look at that. Yeah, Bruce Stark said we scared her away.
Well, she's going to kill me for calling her a broad. You know that? She's going to shoot me. I mean, literally.
Right between the eyes.
Those iron sights are dialed in, Dave. You better be
She's
careful.
literally going to shoot me.
Watch your six.
But she might not be that accurate. She's 40 now, you know?
And as Billy would say, he gave you the sign of love.
It's a term of endearment in Chicago.
Yeah, absolutely. New York, too.
When we give that in Chicago, that just means we're number one. That's what it means. It's a number one salute.
I've said that jokingly down here in Florida a couple times, and they're like, broad.
That's old school.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm showing my age.
Yeah.
And my lack of political sensitivity, apparently.
And we can all relate to that.
Dave, you don't look way over 40 either.
Well, I'm definitely a couple days over 40.
She's waiting to get back on, but she's still a little frozen. Let me add her and see what happens.
Yeah, and Dave, Kathy says she's going to kick your ass anyway, so don't worry about it.
She's going to what?
Kathy said that Jerah's just going to kick your ass anyway, no matter what.
We'll keep Jerah there as just as like almost in perpetuity as a frozen image.
She's here in spirits. She's there in spirit.
Sure, she's hearing us. I can't believe I can't get on.
Yeah.
Oh, you know how pissed off she is
Oh,
right now?
she's going to give it to us as soon as she gets on.
I think she's more pissed off because she can't get on and tell me off. That's what
I think she's going to show you a number one again, just to say, because that's her.
Listen, before she gets on, and because I know she's going to talk when she gets on, I'm sure she will get on. I want to thank her because she's one of the reasons, pretty much the reason that I was able to even participate in the Medal of Honor groundbreaking ceremony. It was as a result of her friendship and through the mayor of Arlington, Texas,
Jim Ross. Yep.
That we were invited. And so I with all sincerity and honesty, I thank her and I value her friendship. I say those things in jest with her. I know she'll kill me later, but
she's going to give it right back to you. So you know that.
But she's a wonderful woman. I got nothing but great things to say about her. Compliments. She's a patriot. She serves her country as well. She's very active in Second Amendment issues. Clearing the Chamber is her website. If you guys don't know about it, check it out. She's a huge Second Amendment activist.
She's live now.
Great
Keep
woman.
going, David. I think you can be off the hook. Keep going.
I'm screwed. There's no reeling this back, baby.
He's trying. Frank, let's buy a little time for her. Let's go to our sponsors. Get to get on, and then we'll come right back.
She's trying her best, though. I see that.
She must be like inside a metal box.
She must be in a restaurant with some bad
internet.
We'll be back right
after the sponsors. Go ahead.
Okay.
Blue Smoke Atlanta is the vision of Robin Blue, founder and CEO, and represents an award-winning luxury smoking accessory line based in Atlanta and sold worldwide. Since 2019, Blue Smoke Atlanta's goal was to redefine traditional smoking accessories into a timeless collection of exquisitely handcrafted luxury products to include cigar pokers, cannabis clips, jewelry, and other awesome things. For an elevated smoking experience, visit us at www.bluesmokeatl.com.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
Experience the magic of Rockefeller Cigars today. With 11 years steeped in tradition, passion, and mystery of the leaf, Rockefeller has a cigar just for you. Be like the greatest magicians and make Rockefeller Cigars appear in your lineup with any of our 4 lines. The Nicaraguan, the Dominican Blue, the Vintage Gold, and our new LE, the Art of Magic. DAV Cigars out of New York. Decades of experience combined with true love and deep understanding of cigars result in the highest of standard of each DAV hand-rolled cigar. Howard G Cigars is a dynamic new cigar brand grown from a love for cigar culture and a respect for the artisanship behind the craft. We are a minority-owned family business based in Orlando, Florida. Our current collection delivers 3 exclusive lines: Black Moses, Magic Stick, All Pro Series featuring Leon Searcy's signature cigar and Ike Taylor's One of a Kind.
You got the one of a kind rankings. They got me at 89. I'm cool with that.
We are focused on evolving as a dynamic brand and bringing you new flavor-filled blends that you'll enjoy and want to share. Visit our website at www.howardgcigars.com. You can find a full list of our retail partners there too. Thank you for making us part of your humidor.
on.
And we're back.
But Jarah's not here.
Jerah.
One way or another, we're going to get her on.
Oh, let's put it on the other side. Let's put it on the other side.
Happy
Let's do it on this side.
birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Birthday, dear Jerah.
Happy
birthday
to you.
So if you guys hold down for a second, she should be able. You should be able to hear. Let me know. Go ahead.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Good.
How did we
How come you can't get on tonight?
Yeah, I just finished up a speech at the Republican Women's Meeting in Mansfield, talking about guns, talking about Second Amendment rights. So, and then I just wanted to pop on and see you guys for a minute.
Well, thank you for joining us. We've all missed you, and you know, we had some very nice things to say about you, and we do like the one finger hello that you gave Dave. That was nice.
That wasn't to me. That was to you guys.
That was to me, I think. Yeah, that was to me.
So listen, this is what we call improvising in the military. We will figure out the technology to make it happen.
There you
That's
go.
true.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of our viewers were looking forward to seeing you, but
Go ahead, Jerah.
Did you guys do a little recap of your visit down to Texas?
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely.
And a big thank you for
Yes.
you again for having the three of us down there with getting Jim Ross, the mayor, to get us in that incredible event.
That
Thank
was
you.
amazing.
Thank you. We look so forward to coming down to June 10th.
The pictures that you posted today, Ronnie, those were really good. I don't think I saw most of those photos while you were down here.
No, it took me a little while to get it together, but yes, now you got all my pictures until June 10th when we come back down to visit you in the ballpark, where you and David are going to be on the ball field playing against each other, and the Chooches are going to be on the sideline doing a live podcast, folks, and we're going to interview all the musicians, the athletes, the Hollywood stars, and of course, you two guys will be there also, and everybody else. We're really excited about it.
I don't know. Do they let the coaches on the field?
No, I heard you're playing. You're playing
I
left.
heard you're playing. Yes. I heard Jerah's playing too.
yeah.
Somebody has to teach David Blanco how to play ball.
Well, since he doesn't have any ball, I mean, yes. Love you.
No respect. No respect.
And they're keeping one of the best ball players on the sidelines. I'm going to be in the, on the sideline doing a show.
I just wanted to pop in and say, hey, real quick. We got some great episodes coming up. We got some really cool things we're going to talk about. We got some more travel for you Chooches coming down to see some things. But I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna tell everybody, hey, love you guys, and then I'll catch you on the next episode. Sorry about the conflict tonight, but it's really important that we spread the Second Amendment message. So
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Don't
Jerah.
worry about it. We'll talk to you soon.
So I appreciate the birthday wishes. You guys are awesome, and we'll see you on the next episode.
You got it. Thank you, Jerah.
Bye, Jerah.
Take care of yourself.
We'll see you later.
Awesome. So we did have a question here, Dave.
All right, Jerah. We'll see you later.
What else possibly can you talk about coming up? Maybe for the BCA, anything special coming up?
So some of you guys, well, maybe some of you guys know, maybe some of you don't. I'm one of the board members of the Boutique Cigar Association of America. That being said, I try to do what I can while still running a company internationally. We're in 37 countries. We distribute our cigars now. So that being said, we have a big festival. This is our second annual festival. It's called Smoke on the Creek. And you guys want to give them the address?
It is in Cedar Creek at the Martinsville Distillery, which is a brewery, winery, distillery, and an event concert venue as well too. And
opening in Cedar Creek, Indiana.
Yeah, Martinsville, Indiana. At
Sorry,
Cedar Creek.
Martinsville. At Cedar Creek.
And they're opening their brand new restaurant portion that it'll be open.
It'll be open for us. Yes.
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
And I believe we're doing a small batch bourbon there too.
Yes.
Ooh, wow.
It's going to be 200 bottles specifically made It's a limited run, 200 bottles of a specially made brew for the BCA alone.
And if you don't get there early, you are not getting any whiskey because I'm going to buy it all. Sorry.
It's only $50, folks. It's only $50.
Hey, somebody get that Kristoff Cigars off my face.
I do that just to bug you. You see that? Well, don't worry. I'll tell Glenn what you said.
Yes, Bruce got his ticket. Looking forward to seeing you, Bruce. But folks, really interested to come, the Holiday Inn Express in Martinsville,
August 12th through the 13th in Martinsville, Indiana.
We will be there along with, I think, at least 20 other boutique brands landing there for you to try our cigars and spend some time with me. I know there'll be some raffle prizes as well. There's a VIP dinner if you guys want to come the evening before.
Friday night.
I think I can fit 10 at my table, but you can sit on my lap if you want. You'll really be at my table.
And the best part about this is if you weren't there, so we were there last year, one of the best parts of this is the herf that happens at the hotel after party.
Yeah.
These were some of the best herfs I've ever been a part of.
But we can't talk about it. You got to be present to know about it. So we can't talk,
there you go.
talk about Fight Club.
What happens at the herf stays at the herf.
Yeah, but folks, really, this is going to be a time to sit down with manufacturers and cigar blenders and really just hang out with them and pick their brains. They're more than happy to talk to anybody. And it was a really special awesome time for the four of us. We had an incredible time. And
Gabby Kafie will be there, of course, from Kafie Cigars, 1901. Armin from DAV Cigars, to name a few. Garo, I will be there as well.
And Dorback will be there too.
And who knows? Dave might get in a fight too. I mean,
Oscar.
Won't be a fight, my friend. It won't be a fight.
Hey, Jerah's going to be there. There ain't no fight. There's one bullet, and that's all that matters.
Hey, Indiana's a state I can carry in too. So
I always carry my ID card with me in my pocket.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're good at
I
carving.
am not a violent man. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
There you go. But you do,
Dave. I got a question for you. Do you have your challenge coin from the Medal of Honor?
Come on, man! Really?
Yes, Billy.
We need proof, I guess. You're carrying it with
There you
Don't
go.
leave home without it.
We're gonna have a challenge coin challenge down in Martinsville.
I think so. It's going to be awesome.
Listen, if you challenge people and they have a coin, that means you got to buy a drink for everybody that's got a coin. So if you
I'm buying bottles of whiskey, so don't worry about this.
Well, then maybe it's bottles. Maybe the rule is you got to buy a bottle for everybody.
Well, Kyle
Wow.
Will be a flowing along with the ice cream beer.
That was really good.
That was good.
That was good, man.
That was spectacular. It's going to be music, folks. There's so much going to be happening there. So make sure you
drones will be in the air. It'll be amazing.
Yeah.
We're having music too, right?
Yes, we're going to have it all. We're going to have a lot going on there, and it's really an event that
we might have our theme music.
No. Our man is going to be in Europe.
Dang.
So.
I was looking forward to that.
I know, so was I.
I do have one thing to add as far as something that Blanco Cigars does that not many manufacturers do. Okay. And I can now bring it back because COVID is hopefully abating. We do tours down to the factory. So if you guys are interested in doing tours, for those of you that are watching, we will probably be doing tours again January and February of 2020. God, is it 23 already?
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
So 2020, January, February, we're going to be doing some tours. There are a limited number of seats on those tours. We only take a maximum of 10 people. I will be your tour guide for 5 days, 4 nights. There is a cost associated with it. If you go to blancocigars.com under the factory tour tab, you'll get to see a breakdown of itinerary for the days that are there. And what we'd like you to do is go ahead and email us at customerservice@blancocigars.com if you're interested in going on a tour.
So maybe
I have a question for you, David. Wouldn't it be great, just throwing it out there, that the folks over here at the Great actually visit and be part of the tour and do a little live podcast from the tour end? the factory.
Anything's possible.
You heard it from David.
Anything's possible.
Before that, guys, before the January, February, there will be the big herf in the first week of November, right, Bob? Birthday at the Blanco factory himself. There
Bob's
in
selling
Seminole.
a big one
at the warehouse. Yes,
Bob is celebrating a very big milestone, David.
Big milestone this year.
Yeah, 170. Wow, he was born the same time that your family started the cigars.
In fact, I was there at the factory that day.
Didn't he build the factory?
Yeah. He was the first baby cry in the factory.
They smacked him inside his head. Wrong.
So seriously, if you guys want to go down, let's talk about it. We'll see what we can do. But just go to blancocigars.com for more information. Give us an email, customer service at blancocigars.com. Let us know you're interested. So when we actually figure out the dates that we're going to be sending people down, we can call you. So give us your information, a good contact information, phone number, and email. Phone number is also good only because email takes a while and we need to fill seats once we have the date. So we want to be able to give people the opportunity in chronological order in which to contact us.
Right.
So that way it's fair.
Perfect. Very good.
But
one more time, folks, tonight, 10% discount. Go to Show 22 and get your Blanco cigar, folks. We're still going to be on a little while longer.
And get your Blanco merch. Get a T-shirt, get a hat, get some swag.
Absolutely.
Right. And then we're going to come back shortly here to do.
What do you mean we're going to come back shortly? We're coming back right now. We are right here.
Okay.
So you guys can see the difference in the speed from this side of the screen to this side of the screen. This side of the screen, they're in Florida. This side of the screen, they're up in Chicago. So you can see how rapid one guy's working and how the other guy's got. It's definitely associated with the region in which you live and how fast things move.
We're low key here. We're sitting back, enjoying the weather.
You got nothing better to do.
Those guys are crazy. They got to get off the air.
Unfortunately, Dave, I mean, you got retired Bob, so I mean, this is
the other way. The other way.
No, he's on that side of you. I'm pointing to that side.
Your right side sucks. Trust me.
This can be easily settled with one question. Raise your hand if you wish to live in Florida.
We're already there.
You guys up north are raising their hand. They want to be on this side of the screen. They want to be on this side over here.
You better believe
Anywhere is better than here in Chicago with this weather, okay? I am sick of shoveling, okay?
How warm was it today up there?
It's like 45,
Yeah,
46.
it wasn't bad, just cloudy.
Heat wave.
It was only 90 today.
A heat wave.
It was 90.
Well, Kyle, when you coming down? Next week, I think, right?
I'm there in May. I'll be there in probably summer.
Mentally, he's already there.
He's already there.
He's
already there. So this is that time of the show.
And what are we giving away? What are we giving away?
Well, that's what I was going to ask David first. I was a 5-pack of 9 chooches. The Blanco 9 chooch. Okay,
all right.
Tonight's question will be a great prize. They'll be able to proudly say they own a chooch.
A part of the chooch, anyway.
They own part of the
They really will be able to smoke the chooch.
And this segment is
Smoke.
Brought to you, of course, by Blanco Cigars.
Yes.
And, of course, it's time to play. Now, this
Hold
part
on, Frank, hold on. We can't go any farther until you play your mating call.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry.
That's about right.
So, Dave, this side is where the waste is. This side is the better side. We don't have sounds like that.
You got some very
you can't
interesting
afford it up there. The
sounds,
taxes are too high over here. That's what it is.
Exactly. So I'm gonna start the game asking everybody here, David, you included, so feel free to answer. Bob, you can answer this question.
Okay, thank you, Frank.
But do not answer the question for the audience.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. He tends to do that. It's senility, really, that's taking play here.
So I can't answer out loud, right? I don't want me to answer.
You can answer out loud.
Yes,
you can.
Right
You can.
now
Work
you
the
can,
answer.
and then Frank is going to mute Bob completely.
Bob, I'll mute Bob. Don't worry. This will keep him away. So the first on this date in history, 1987, this broadcasting company debuted with the longest running sitcom animated series in U.S. history, The Simpsons. What was this network?
Fox.
Very good, guys. I gave you an easy one to start off.
That's the one on the tee right there. You know,
I teed it up for you.
The tee for the softball.
Where did the start from?
Where did the Simpsons
What
start
show
from?
did they start on?
SNL. SNL.
No.
No, it was In Living Color.
Tracy Ullman.
Tracy Ullman
Tracy
show.
Ullman.
Tracy Ullman. I knew it was a comedy show. You're right. You're right. My
The
bad.
Tracy Ullman Show.
Yep.
Bob, very good. I'm proud of you tonight.
Too bad that wasn't one of the questions, Bob.
I had to get something in there.
Retired Bob.
Yeah.
So here's a good one. You're going to like this one. This president, on this date in history, 1933, prohibited the hoarding of privately held gold coins and bullion in the United States.
Roosevelt.
It was Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Yep.
Good
There
job.
you go.
Very good, guys. You guys, you know your history. I'm impressed. Not that impressed, but I'm impressed.
Oh, please.
Okay.
Come on, Frank.
Hey, on this date in history, 1976. 1976. He had spent the last 20 years living as a recluse in hotel penthouses around the world.
Howard Hughes.
Hughes.
Very good. He died on this date in history. Howard Hughes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Howard Hughes. Wow.
Yeah.
3 for 3 for us, Frank. So you
3
better
for
be
3. I like it.
Damn.
I like it. Okay, here's one. Maybe
Is
you
this
might
still
get
for
it.
us or the
For-
audience?
no, this is for you
Okay,
guys.
I want to get it right.
All right.
I want to get it right.
Oh, and
All right.
we'll mute you when you're not supposed to answer.
Yeah, I'll mute you. Don't worry. So, in 2010, on this date in history, this car manufacturer was fined $16 million. What was the car manufacturer that was fined for this problem that existed that they knew about?
Pontiac.
Ford.
Fess up.
Pontiac.
No.
Yeah.
Ford.
2010.
Honda.
No.
Toyota.
Volkswagen.
Toyota.
Toyota. Oh, yeah.
Toyota.
That was the airbag debacle, wasn't it?
No, it was the problem that actually breaks. That's what I said in the beginning. Not airbag, brakes.
Give me a break.
Give me a break. Oh, now this is for
The audience.
the audience.
In other word, even though I got every one right.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Bob wants to
This is
top
for
it.
the 5-pack huge, folks. 5-pack Blanco.
Somebody
Huge, number
mutes
9.
Bob.
Yeah.
Bob, go to the
I'm
washroom.
not going to say another word.
Go to the washroom, Bob. We don't need you here. Go. Just go.
Kyle, are you ready to play the Jeopardy music?
He's got
All
his
right.
glasses on.
And I will give you a little bit of a visual hint because I am going to speak what I'm putting on the screen. Okay, on this date in history, in 1985, at 10:50 a.m. Eastern, over 5,000 radio stations worldwide played this song that went on to be number 1 in the UK, the US, and most of Western territories.
Oh, I know this one.
1985, folks. 1985.
Come on, audience. Let's go for it.
Let's
Bob,
see.
shut up. Bob, shut up.
Not saying a word.
Oh, Alan Carson jumped in. Could that be the correct answer? Let me see. Let me see. Is that the correct answer? We are the world.
Yes.
Yes, it is. That is correct. Alan.
The box, Alan. Yes.
There you go.
There you go, folks.
You can just save on postage, Dave, and just put his 5-pack in with his order. You know.
There you go.
There you go, Alan. There we go. Alan just opened up a brand new cigar lounge near Rockford, Illinois, folks.
Yes.
Strike the box. Make sure you go and take care of them. And I don't know if Kyle will
No,
be
I will
there.
not be there. This
No,
is
he will
Frank's,
not. But I will be there doing
Ronnie's
going to
be
live.
solo.
for
So
his
low.
opening.
This is going to be a chit show, as we say.
No, there won't be a show.
Hold on, let me pull that out of my back. All right.
What does he say on Fox News? It's an Alan Schiff show.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is going to be a shift show. Indeed.
The chit show.
Well, David, thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for the Chooch present tonight to Alan.
Wonderful cigar that you
Yes, thank you for giving us the opportunity to smoke incredibly crafted cigars, time in and time out. Every cigar that I've smoked that David produces
Absolutely
is a
good.
winner. So, David,
And I can't wait to try the whiskey.
oh,
Me too.
And
Yeah, us too, also.
and last but not least, thanks for the girl talk.
Oh, anytime, sister.
We're talking about their spooning night. Oh, no. Didn't you get teabagged by Dave? Oh, no, that was Brian.
That was your jock strap on your face.
That's all right.
Earl Grey, hot.
Anyway, thanks again, David.
Thank you, Dave.
After the after party, it's coming on afterwards. From all of us to all of you, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and we saw a lot of newbies out there. So thanks again. And until Tuesday night, no, actually Saturday, right?
Saturday, we're going to be live at the
Kyle and
Paisan
myself will
Club.
be at the Paisan Club with our co-host Joe, and we can't wait to get there. So, folks, tune in from 3 to 5 o'clock. We're going to bring you a special event. So, till Saturday, have a great one, everybody.
Light them up.
Light them up.
Light them up,
Stay
folks.
smoky, guys. Stay smoky.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Many of the cigar brands that we make, they're antique, historic cigar brands. They've been made on and off for about 100 years.
When you're smoking Toscano, you're smoking 206 years of history.
The Italians are here.
We're here. For some reason, we find a lot of times on this show.
Listen, I'm a Jersey guy.
Hey,
so,
hey, we won't hold that against you. We invented this we want to give people the opportunity to smoke the cigar at the optimal level.
The Chooch cigar.
Can you believe it?
The Blanco 9 Chooch.
¿Cómo va? ¿Está bien, oye?
¿Qué dice? ¿Cómo está?
Finally, I can answer the question. Anything new?
Yeah.
And we have some cool new stuff from Oliva.
This is a passion for me. It's not a job.
Your love and passion for this is,
I love it.
unbelievable.
That's why we can make pipes out of this variety of corn.
11 years ago, I went back. I bought the rights to everything La Polina.
Sure, it's family.
And restarted the brand again as a tribute to my grandfather.
It's nice because you get to see a lot of your friends. You got to remember, I've been doing this for 30 years, so a lot of these people are like family.
Build a platform where we could celebrate boutique cigars.
Leave Starlight House blend for one store in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Join forces of pipe tobacco and
superheroes. I always look forward to the Super Bowl events, and I always looked at the trade show as just one of those things.
We're not just selling cigars. We try to live our lives, and we use this as a means to share our stories and to really create community.
Hold on, man. Wow, man, you got me.
Tell my brothers to line them up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining.